Boom, what up guys, it's your boy Coach Sambo. And right here in this tutorial, me and one of my students, BBoy Wayan from Battle Droid's crew, are gonna help you guys figure out this one-handed halo. So first things first, before learning a one-handed halo, you should be able to do a basic halo with two hands. Now the more halos you can actually perform, the easier it will be for you to learn one-handed halos. However, if you only know how to perform two halos, that should be enough to learn one-handed halo and then utilize that however you want to then combine it with other moves. So you don't need like 20 normal halos to be able to learn one-handed halo. If you don't know how to do a basic halo and you're still watching this video, then it's good to know that on my YouTube channel, you'll find tons of tutorials, including a tutorial on halo. Now let's get you warmed up a little bit with a one-handed baby freeze without placing your head on the floor. And then after that, you want to rotate your upper body to then execute kind of this one-handed Hong Ten freeze. Great little warm up, and also good to know that you want to get familiar with this position because this is the position you will need to push yourself off in to execute the one-handed halo. Now let's get this moving and perform a halo up into a headstand, which is usually the technique I use to learn people how to execute their halos. However, now for the one-handed halo, you now want to catch that headstand with one hand, and obviously that's going to be the hand that you use for your baby freeze. Because at this point, this is the only hand you are allowed to use for your one-handed halo.
Okay.
After catching this headstand with one hand, you gently want to just guide yourself back into this one-handed baby freeze or Hong Ten freeze. This is the method for you to get comfortable and at ease with the feel and the technique of the one-handed halo. Now the next step that I recommend is starting from a windmill, executing a one-handed halo by using this method, and then just catching it with one hand back into that one-handed baby or stab freeze. Now if you can do 2 or more halos, then this is definitely very doable for you, and I'm 100% positive that you'll be able to execute this within no time. Now the good thing is, if you know how to do this, then you can easily combine it to other moves, already putting your one-handed halo to good use without unlocking the ability to execute multiple one-handed halos yet. Sometimes you just gotta be smart and utilize what you already have. For example, Wayan right here is combining it to a swipe by catching that baby freeze with one hand and then pushing himself up to then execute the swipe. Now there are a lot of things that you can actually combine with your one-handed halo at this point. And this is just one of many, many examples. Now, I'm curious to know what you would combine it with. Now to push the limits and to learn multiple one-handed halos, there are definitely a few tips that I could share with you guys. The first tip is to start from a power kick, transition into windmill, and then from there execute your one-handed halo. The power kick and the windmill is a great source of speed that you are going to need for that one-handed halo. Now the biggest issue when trying to perform multiple one-handed halos is the loss of speed. And that's because you're just using one hand. It's very hard to find ways to generate that speed so you can actually maintain that speed, or even better, speed up during your one-handed halos. So the technique or the trick for this is the slide that you execute with your head over the floor right before you push yourself off to execute the halo. Now I break this down and I explain this very well in my halo tutorial, basically with the conclusion that if you do not slide a quarter circle with each halo, then you're probably going to be traveling over the floor with your halo, therefore not neatly executing your halo in a proper circle. Now this particular slide is the thing you need to maintain during your multiple one-handed halos, because as soon as the slide starts to diminish, you will start to lose speed at a very fast rate, therefore losing that proper form and losing all speed, and in the worst case, crashing your halo or making your halo look like shit. That's definitely something that we want to avoid.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
So when catching each individual one-handed halo, make sure you give it that good push and good head slide before launching the next one-handed halo. And again, I bet this is one of those tips that you will only find with your man,
Coach Sambo.
But there's more. Now obviously when doing a move with one hand, you have the other hand free. So it's important for you to utilize that free arm or hand to give you a better form when executing your one-handed halo. Use the form look. That's right, keeping an eye out for that proper form will definitely increase the value of your power move.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Also, I want to add right here that you can perform your one-handed halo with the other hand, which is then an inwards or also called a reverse one-handed halo, which however has a completely different technique. So that one will be covered in another tutorial that you can of course find on my YouTube channel. And talking about one-handed halos, to your knowledge, who's the b-boy or the b-girl out there that has the sickest one-handed halos? We would love to know, so put it down in the comment sections down below. And if you're looking for that more
Exclusive
and exquisite content, then definitely take a look at my website, because I'm sure you'll find something that you really love, so you can take yourself to that next level, all while supporting your online b-boy coach. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's just all about that b-boy shit. Peace.